Sometimes redemption doesn't come easy, and in Gen V Season 2, Cate Dunlap's road to forgiveness is nothing short of painful, heartbreaking, and transformative. After everything she did in Season 1, betraying her friends, manipulating their minds, and even aligning herself with Homelander, it felt impossible for anyone to ever trust her again. Yet, somehow, Moreau, the very person who should hate Cate the most, becomes the one to help her heal. But the question is, why does Marie change her mind? What makes her believe Cate deserves a second chance? And what does Cate's healing actually mean for the future of Gen V in the boys' universe? Let's break down how Cate's fall from grace turns into one of the most unexpected redemption arcs of the series, and why Marie's decision to heal her might not be as simple as it looks. From the very beginning, Cate was a character wrapped in contradictions. On the outside, she was the friendly, confident, and caring girl who seemed to have her friends' best interests at heart. But under the surface, she was hiding one of the darkest secrets in the entire show. She'd been using her powers to manipulate her friends, wipe their memories, and cover up the horrifying truth about Godolkin University. When the truth came out in Season 1, her betrayal shattered the entire group. Marie, Jordan, Emma, and Andre all turned against her, and rightfully so. She had stolen their sense of control, their trust, and even their free will. And to make matters worse, Cate's alliance with Homelander, a literal symbol of everything wrong with Vought and the soup system, pushed her completely past the point of redemption. At least, that's what everyone thought. But Season 2 changes everything. Cate pays a heavy price for her actions when a devastating head injury nearly leaves her powerless. It's ironic. The girl who once had control over everyone else suddenly loses control over herself. Her powers become unstable, unreliable, and even dangerous. She can still use them, but they never quite work as intended. It's like the universe itself is forcing her to face the consequences of misusing her abilities. This is where Cate's real transformation begins. Stripped of the power that once made her feel superior, she starts confronting the guilt she's been carrying all along. For the first time, we see genuine remorse, not manipulation, not excuses, just raw, human guilt. Cate admits that she was wrong. She understands that she hurt the very people who trusted her the most. And instead of trying to defend herself, she takes accountability. That guilt becomes the foundation for her redemption arc. Cate makes a vow. She promises never to use her mind-controlling powers on her friends again.
Marie, I said I would never use my powers against any of you.
It's not just a promise. It's her way of drawing a line between who she used to be and who she's trying to become. And surprisingly, she keeps that promise. Throughout Season 2, Cate shows restraint and self-awareness we never saw before. Every time a situation arises where her powers could make things easier, she stops herself. She chooses trust over control. Slowly but surely, she starts earning back the group's respect, especially Marie's. Now, Marie is a fascinating character to examine here because she represents the moral center of Gen V. She's been through pain, trauma, and loss herself, yet she always tries to do what's right, even when it costs her. So when she sees Cate genuinely trying to change, it strikes a chord with her. Marie knows what it's like to live with guilt and regret. After all, her powers accidentally killed her parents, a tragedy that has haunted her for years. That shared understanding of pain and responsibility becomes the bridge between them. Marie recognizes something in Cate that reminds her of herself, someone who didn't choose to be a monster, but became one through trauma, manipulation, and bad choices. So when the time comes, she decides to help Cate heal. It's not just a physical act of healing. It's deeply symbolic. Marie's blood manipulation powers allow her to literally repair Cate's damaged body. But what she's really doing is giving her a second chance, a rebirth in a way. And in that moment, forgiveness becomes more powerful than revenge. However, this healing doesn't come without its consequences. When Cate was first admitted to the hospital after her injury, there was a strange moment that most fans might have missed. Even though she was barely conscious, she somehow managed to mind control a nurse without even touching her. That's a massive revelation because, until now, Cate's powers have always required physical contact. This moment hints at something much bigger. Cate's potential evolution into a far more powerful soup than we've ever seen. The fact that she could subconsciously control someone without touch suggests she's evolving, possibly even approaching the level of Thomas Godolkin himself. And if that's true, then Marie's act of healing her might have just unleashed something the world isn't ready for. Imagine this: a newly healed Cate, free from guilt, physically stronger than ever, and capable of using her powers at a distance. That could completely change the balance of power in Gen V. She could become a force for good, or, if her trauma resurfaces, a danger even greater than before. But let's dig deeper into why Marie's decision feels so emotionally charged. It's not just about forgiveness, it's about control and freedom. Both Marie and Cate have spent their lives being controlled by forces beyond their understanding. Vought, Godolkin University, and the manipulation of Compound V. By choosing to heal Cate, Marie is reclaiming that control. She's saying, we don't have to be victims of Vaught's design anymore. In many ways, this scene reflects the central theme of both Gen V and the boys, power and accountability. Power isn't inherently evil. That's what people do with it that defines them. Cate used hers to control people, but through pain, she learns to respect it. Marie uses hers to heal and forgive, turning her trauma into strength. Still, fans can't ignore the irony here. Marie's compassion might come back to haunt her. If Cate's powers continue to evolve uncontrollably, Marie might one day have to face the same person she saved. And that's where the emotional tension lies. Forgiveness doesn't erase the past, it just opens the door to new possibilities. It's also worth noting how this redemption arc ties into the larger universe of the boys. The themes of guilt, redemption, and power abuse mirror what we've seen with characters like Homelander, Huey, and Starlight. Homelander represents what happens when power goes unchecked. Cate represents what happens when power is misused out of fear and guilt. And Marie represents the hope that even in a corrupted system, someone can still choose compassion. Now, let's talk about Cate's future, because that final hospital moment wasn't just a random detail. The fact that she could mind control a nurse without realizing it means her powers are still active on a subconscious level. That opens up endless possibilities for Season 3. Could she be evolving into a higher tier suit? Could she become the key to understanding Godolkin's experiments? Or worse, could Vought exploit her newfound abilities to create a new generation of living weapons? The potential here is massive. Cate's evolution could make her the most dangerous or the most essential soup in Gen V's future. And Marie's choice to heal her will sit at the center of that storm. It's a moral dilemma wrapped in compassion, a reminder that doing the right thing doesn't always guarantee the right outcome. Marie's growth as a character shines through in this moment too. She's no longer just a girl running from her past. She's someone who can see the humanity even in those who wronged her. That kind of maturity separates her from the rest of the group and cements her as a leader in her own right. Cate's redemption also adds a layer of complexity to Gen V's storytelling. Instead of creating a simple villain versus hero dynamic, the show explores how trauma and guilt shape people differently. Cate isn't purely evil. She's broken, manipulated, and desperate to make things right. And that's what makes her story so relatable, because everyone, in one way or another, has made mistakes they wish they could undo. In the end, Marie's decision to heal Cate isn't just about power or forgiveness. It's about humanity. It's about choosing empathy in a world built on control. But whether that empathy saves them or destroys them, that's something only the next season will tell. If one thing's clear, though, it's that Cate's story is far from over. Her new powers, her redemption, and her bond with Marie could be the key to everything that's coming next in Gen V. And as much as we want to believe she's changed, there's always that haunting question in the back of our minds. What happens if Cate loses control again? Because if she does, this time, not even Marie's healing powers might be enough to stop her.